Let's starts now. The Funeral of Light. The King's Declaration. Scene 1. The Morning of Silence. The sun rises over Seoul, but it feels cold. The news is broken. Chairman Go Gun-Hee is dead. The pillar of South Korea has crumbled. In the association building, the hallways are filled with crying staff members. Woo Jin-chul, the chairman's loyal assistant, is standing in the middle of the office where the battle took place. The blood has been cleaned, but the mana signature, that freezing, necrotic stench of the monarchs, still lingers in the air. He died protecting the world, Jin-chul whispers, his voice cracking. And we weren't even there to help him. He looks at the desk. There is a letter addressed to Sung Jin-Woo. It's the chairman's will. It doesn't talk about money or power. It talks about a request. Scene 2, The Mourning King. The funeral is the largest in the history of the country. Thousands of people are lined up in the rain. Every srank hunter from Japan, China, and the USA has sent flowers. Sung Jin-Woo stands at the front, his face a mask of stone. He isn't crying. His grief has surpassed tears and turned into a black hole of mana. As the priest speaks, Jin-Woo feels a presence behind him. It's Thomas Andre, the Goliath, leaning on a cane. He looks at the casket, then at Jin-Woo. "He was one of the good ones, kid," Thomas says, his voice unusually soft. "The rulers chose him for a reason. He was the only one who could handle the burden of their light without losing his humanity." Jin-Woo turns to him. "The rulers, they used him. They knew the monarchs were coming for him, and they didn't send help." "The rulers aren't gods, Jin-Woo," Thomas replies. "They are soldiers. And in a war, soldiers are sacrificed. But you're not a soldier. You're the king. What are you going to do?" Jin-Woo looks at the flickering candles. "I'm going to hunt them down. Not for the rulers, for him." Scene 3, The Secret Message. After the funeral, Woo Jin-chul gives Jin-Woo the letter. Jin-Woo opens it in the privacy of his shadow. The chairman's handwriting is shaky. "Jin-Woo, if you are reading this, I have joined the light. Do not seek vengeance for my sake. Seek it for the sake of those who are still breathing. The monarchs are not here to conquer. They are here to reset the board. They fear the Black Heart because it is the only thing that doesn't belong to the rulers or the sovereigns. You are the third power. Use it." Jin-Woo realizes that Go Gun-Hee knew about the system all along. He knew that Jin-Woo was the only variable in an eternal war. Suddenly, the letter begins to glow. A map appears in Jin-Woo's mind, a location in the Grand Canyon, USA. "He left me a trail," Jin-Woo realizes. The rulers left a backdoor. Scene 4, The Predator in the Shadows. In a dark, abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of Seoul, the Monarch of Frost and the Monarch of Beasts are regrouping. The vessel is gone. The beast monarch growls, licking a wound on his arm that hasn't healed. But the Shadow Monarch, he is closer than we thought. I can feel his killing intent from miles away. It's suffocating. He is still incomplete, the Frost Monarch says, his voice like ice cracking. He has the heart, but he hasn't accepted the memories of Ashbourne. We have one more target. If we kill the other vessels, the American and the Chinese, the rulers will lose their anchor to this world. And what about the Dragon Emperor? The Beast Monarch asks, a hint of fear in his voice. "Antares is coming," the Frost Monarch replies. "But he wants the Shadow Monarch for himself. We must finish this before he arrives, or there will be nothing left of this world to rule." Scene 5, Training the Army of Death. Jin-Woo goes to a secluded mountain range. He needs to test his new limits. He summons his entire army, over 100,000 soldiers. Domain of the Monarch, Jin-Woo roars. The ground for 10 miles turns into a pitch-black abyss. The soldiers don't just stand, they grow. Their armor becomes more intricate, and their mana becomes more dense. A Gris steps forward. His sword is now wreathed in black lightning. Baru shrieks, his wings creating sonic booms just by fluttering. Tusk casts a spell that creates a literal black sun in the sky, burning away the clouds. Jin-Woo looks at them. They aren't just shadows anymore. They are an extension of his own nervous system. "We are going to America," Jin-Woo tells them. "But first, we find the ones who were in that hallway. Scene 6, the American Crisis. The scene shifts to the Grand Canyon. A red gate of unprecedented size has appeared in the middle of the desert. But this gate isn't opening, it's expanding. The American military has surrounded the area, but their tanks are melting. The heat coming from the gate is over 2,000 degrees Celsius. Leonard Meerman, the strongest hunter from Germany, is there. He is staring at the gate with wide eyes. It's not a gate, it's a door. Something is pushing from the other side. Suddenly, the door cracks. A hand made of solidified magma and iron reaches out. It grabs the edge of the rift and pulls. The earth shakes for 1,000 miles. The Monarch of Iron Body is trying to force his way into the physical realm. Scene 7, the Gathering of Sovereigns. Jin-Woo arrives at the Grand Canyon via shadow exchange. Dottie doesn't come with a helicopter or a jet. He simply emerges from Leonard's shadow. Leonard jumps back in shock. "Hunter Sung, how did you?" "Get your men back," Jin-Woo says, his eyes glowing a deep, menacing purple. "They aren't here for you." The air begins to freeze. Snow starts to fall in the middle of the Arizona desert. The Monarch of Frost appears on the rim of the canyon. To his right, the Monarch of Beasts descends from the sky, landing with a boom that shatters the stone. To his left, the Monarch of Iron Body has finally stepped through the rift. 3 sovereigns, 1 shadow monarch. Scene 8, the Taunt. "You've walked into a trap, Ashbourne," the Monarch of Iron Body says, his voice sounding like metal, grinding metal. "You've chosen a human shell, and now you will die with it." Jin-Woo stands in the center of the 3 giants. He looks small, but the shadows at his feet are wide enough to cover the canyon floor. "I told the chairman I would avenge him," Jin-Woo says, his voice eerily calm. "I told my family I would be home for dinner. You're making it very hard for me to keep those promises." Jin-Woo unsheathes the Kamish daggers. The red blades hum with the power of the dragon he tried to resurrect. 3 on 1? The Beast Monarch laughs. "You really are arrogant." "No," Jin-Woo replies. "I was just thinking that 3 of you isn't enough to make this a fair fight." Scene 9, the first strike. The Beast Monarch lunges first. He is a blur of fur and claws, moving faster than the speed of sound. Clang! Jin-Woo doesn't even use a dagger. He catches the Monarch's claws with his bare hand. The shockwave of the impact creates a crater 50 feet deep. "You're slow," Jin-Woo whispers. He delivers a kick to the Monarch's ribs that sends the beast flying through a mountain. The Frost Monarch immediately retaliates, sending 1,000,000 ice needles toward Jin-Woo. "Ruler's authority!" Jin-Woo uses the kinetic power to stop the needles in midair. He then reverses their direction, firing them back at the Frost Monarch. The Iron Body Monarch charges, his body glowing like a furnace. "Die, human!" Jin-Woo disappears into the ground. He uses laughter, stealth, and Godspeed simultaneously. Scene 10, the Shadow Army's call. The 3 monarchs regroup. They are shocked. They expected a struggle, but Jin-Woo is playing with them. "Enough games!" the Frost Monarch screams. "We will freeze this entire continent!" The sky turns black. A massive blizzard begins to consume the desert. The monarchs prepare their ultimate combined attack. Jin-Woo stands at the bottom of the canyon. He looks up at the 3 gods. He raises his hand, and for the first time, he doesn't just call a few soldiers. He releases the full manifestation of his power. "You think you're the only ones with an army?" From the shadows of the canyon walls, hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands of glowing purple eyes appear. The entire Grand Canyon is filled with the sound of armor clanking and weapons being drawn. Jin-Woo standing at the head of his 100,000 soldiers. A Grizz on his right, Baru on his left. The camera pans out to show the 3 monarchs looking down at an ocean of shadows that is rising to drown them. The words Season 6, Episode 6, the final battle of the sovereigns appear on the screen. End of Episode 5.